Hey, hello people. Today I'm gonna make a ranking of Kate Bush's whole discography. I'm gonna review all of her, I think, 10, 11 albums. 10 albums. So let's review all of them from the one I like the least to the one I like the most. So let's get to the first one. Alright, first off we have this one, Director's Cut. So this album, I don't think it's a bad album. It has its qualities. It's overall a reworking of many songs from the Red Shoes and the Essential World. Songs like Flower of the Mountain, I think it's actually better than the Essential World track from that album. I think the song's better here. There's the Song of Solomon. I think I prefer the original. We're gonna talk about that one. Then Lily, someone is trying to Deeper Understanding, The Red Shoes, The Zone Work, a lot of songs that are on those two albums. I think it's Deeper Understanding, the song where Kate Bush uses a Vocaloid. I think the clarity is alright. I think like this is good enough. There's the album cover here. I completely forgot about that. It's been longer than a month since the last video recorded like this. Wow. I think it's Deeper Understanding, the song where she has a Vocaloid in there. It's like Kate Bush featuring Hatsune Miku, something like that. And well, the artwork, I don't think it's bad. I just think it's whatever. So yeah, not a bad album. It's just I prefer to listen to the original two albums this one is based off. So let's go to the next one on my list. Alright, next up we have the Essential World. The Essential World. So I think this one is better than the songs in here. Are the original version of them anyway, are way better than the ones featured on the director's cut. We start with Essential World. I believe it's this song here that was renamed to Flower of the Mountain, and at the end I believe it was added some instrumental parts to the one in the director's cut. This one is more straight up pop, whatever. This one has some songs that I think they're good. Heads Were Dancing, Never Be Mine, This Woman's Work, Rocket's Tale, Reaching Out, I believe. Yeah, I don't really like this album. It's not bad. It's good. The songs in here, as I said, they're way better than the ones featured in the director's cut. But it's just overall, I think this is Kate Bush's most forgettable album. There's not really anything memorable in it. There is This Woman's Work. I think it's the best song out of this. It's the one with the most views or listens, whatever. So yeah, I think that's the best song we have from here. So the album cover, I don't think it's bad. Look, it's not bad, I think. Whatever, let's get to the next one.
Can do something.
Alright, now we get into the albums that I really like from her. 50 Words for Snow. And this is a very progressive rock inspired album. The shortest song in here is 6 minutes and 40. That's so good. Song 9 minutes long, 11 minutes long, 13 minutes long. I really like that. So overall, all the songs I think they're good. Snowflake, Lake Tahoe, Misty, Wild Woman, Wild Man, Snowed in at Wheeler Street, 50 Words for Snow Among Angels. So this album, it's very, at least for me, I think this album is very relaxing, very ethereal at moments. It's a very calm album. I believe there's a part where it's just Kate singing and a piano in the background. I think that's just it. I believe it's the first song. So overall, this album is very calming, very relaxing. Is the recording working? Yes, the recording is working. So just overall, this album, Kate Bush's most soft, relaxing, calm album of all. And I believe this was her last release, actually. Someone sent me a message. Whatever. So this album cover, I think, is the weakest thing from this album. I don't like the album artwork. It's what? It's Kate kissing a snowman? What the hell is this? So yeah, I think the weakest thing from this album is this cover here. I don't like this cover. Other than that, amazing album. Go listen to it. So let's get to the next one.
I found a book on how to be invisible.
Yes, the next one is Aerial. Aerial or Aerial? I think it's Aerial. Whatever. This album, look at this album cover. I don't think it's bad. It's not bad, but also I don't think it's great. But let's talk about the thing that really matters, the music. King of the Mountain. This entire album has amazing percussions, the drumming, and I think there's what are they called? Congos? Tongos? Whatever. I hope nobody interrupts my video. Percussion instruments. All the percussions in this album are amazing. I believe those are congos. The little boxes you do this. I think they're featured in this album. I'm not sure, but I believe they are. The drumming, as I said, amazing. Just overall, I think the percussions are the thing that make me like this album a lot. If this album didn't have such good percussion sounds, I wouldn't like this as much as I like. So King of the Mountain, Bertie, How to Be Invisible. I think my two favorite songs are King of the Mountain and How to Be Invisible. Joanne, Coral Room. I think that's when the album gets a bit more boring. Joanne and the Coral Room, I think those are the songs I like the least from this album. But other than that, we have Prelude, Prologue, An Architect's Dream, Aerial Tall. The song's just bird chirping, bird singing, very interesting. And the closing tracks we have Nocturne, Aerial. I think they're really good songs, really amazing songs, really like them. So overall, this album, I think it has some weak spots, but it also has some amazing songs in it. As I said, King of the Mountain, How to Be Invisible, those two are my favorite songs from this album. Maybe favorite songs from Kate Bush? Nah, there's a lot more I like. There's many more songs I like more than this one. So yeah. Oh, there's a song called Pie, and it's just Kate saying the numbers of pi. So really interesting. So let's get to the next one.
I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building.
Alright, next up we have Hounds of Love. That's right. Why? Why do you have this album so low on your list? This album, there's no bad song in this album, but I don't really like the direction Kate went with it. The two songs I enjoy from this are Cloud Busting and Running Up That Hill. The other songs, they're fine, they're not bad, but the two only reasons I come back for this album are these two songs. And when I'm done listening to them, I just should I keep up listening to this album because I don't really like the latter material. Uh, should I or shouldn't I? I think most times I listen to this, I just listen to the first part of the album, especially Running Up That Hill and Cloud Busting. Those are the two songs I paid the most attention. The others I was just like, yeah, it's music. I'll just wait this one to end and the next one to start, and I just want to listen to Cloud Busting. And when I listen to Cloud Busting, yep, that's the album. I don't want to listen to this anymore. So yeah, I wish I were to like this album more because from what I see, it's her most popular album. You know why. There's the first song. I already intended on listening to Kate Bush before Stranger Things 4 came out, alright? Just pointing that out, I already intended on listening to her, so, yeah. And even Running Up That Hill, I think there's no really big impacting part in that song. It's just the same thing for 5 minutes, which is not that. It's not bad, alright? It's not something bad. But I wish there were more to that song. I feel like the Stranger Things version of the song has more impact, is more, let's say, impactful. Whoa, amazing, you're so good with words. Like, someday I'm gonna listen to the version featured in Stranger Things and this version, and I'm gonna compare them, and because I'm sure there's more sounds, there's more instruments on Stranger Things version than this original version. I'm sure of it. So someday I'm gonna compare them. I don't know when, but that's that. So yeah, the album cover, I like this album cover. I think it represents music well. I just wish we didn't have as much white space in the corners. It's like when you set the thickness of the border way too high, and it takes a long time to load, and you're like, alright, how does this image I'm editing look like? And then boom, the very thick borders appear out of nowhere. So it's like that. Why white borders this thick? Just focus more on the picture. But that's my opinion. So let's get to the next album.
Won't get me with your Belladonna, and you won't get me with your rocks and milk.
The next one is Lionheart. I think the first album where I like so much every single song. Before that, there were albums that all the songs were good and I liked all of them, but this one is like, yes, every single song I want to listen to every single song. So we start with Symphony in Blue, In Search of Peter Pan, Wow, and I'm just gonna say this Wow song, it's wow. It starts with a very ethereal, relaxing, I think, keyboard sound. It's like that keyboard where you have some, I think, sticks and you're hitting all of the keys. I don't know the name of that instrument. I think it's that instrument. I'm really bad with names, whatever. So I think wow, that first part I'm talking about, the beginning of the song, sounds exactly like the soundtrack for the water levels for Donkey Kong Country, the first one. You know those underwater levels, that relaxing ethereal song from the soundtrack that plays on those water levels? The beginning of WoW sounds exactly like them. And when I first listened to that, instantly loved this album. Amazing album, just because of that. So there's other songs. I think the two ones that stand out the most for me are Coffee Homegrown and Hammer Horror. I think those are my favorite songs other than Wow and In Search of Peter Pan. But just overall, this whole album, I like it. Amazing, very good. Um, really good album, really great album. I recommend this one. It's one of my favorites, of course, is at the top of the list. So let's get to the next one, which I think it's the next one that might cause some controversy. Let's go.
Don't want your bullshit, yeah. Just want your sexuality. Don't want excuses, yeah.
Sorry, I was rudely interrupted. The Red Shoes. Yes, one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite albums, actually. This album cover, I like it. I think it represents the music really well. Really good cover. We start with Rubber Band Girl. Great song. And So Is Love. Also great song. Eat the Music. I love the Mexican sounds this song has. For some reason, the song is like so stupid, but I really enjoy it. And after that, we have Moments of Pleasure. Not bad. Not my favorite, but it's alright. It's a good song. Maybe one of my favorite Kate Bush songs of all time. The Song of Solomon. I really like this one. Why? I don't know. I just really do. Good song. When I listen to this album, I like many songs out of this, but the one I think I like the most is The Song of Solomon. Yeah. After that we have Lily. It's like it's a really fun meme about some techno musician, something like Skrillex, and the song from that guy sounded almost like Lily. It's such a stupid fun song. I really like that. Red Shoes, Top of the City, Constellation of the Heart, all amazing songs. And then we end with two also great songs. Why Should I Love You, You're the One. This album, just overall beginning to end, is so much fun. Every song is good. There's no bad song. Of course, there's some songs I like less than others, but just overall, I'd rather listen to this than most of the rest of her career. So yeah, really good album. Most of the rest of her discography. So really good album. I recommend this one. Listen to this one. It's amazing. The Song of Solomon, one of my favorite songs from her. Let's see if there's any other song coming up that it's better than this one. Let's see.
Walking through the high seas. It's me, I can't see, I can't hold back. So cold.
Alright, the Kick Inside. Look at this cover. Really good. So this is an amazing introduction to Kate Bush. Just is. Like, again, every song from this album is really good. Just 1 second here. Alright. Every song from this album is so good. We have Moving, the saxophone song Strange Phenomena, Kite, A Man with the Child in His Eyes, Wuthering Heights. Do I like Wuthering Heights more than the Solomon song? Yeah, I think I do. I think I like Wuthering Heights more than the Solomon song. Yeah, that's my favorite Kate Bush song right here. James and the Cold Gun, Feel It. Oh, To Be in Love. L'amour looks something like you. Then Heavy People, Room for the Life, The Kick Inside. Amazing introduction album. Listen to this one. This is the most poppy and I think the most accessible Kate Bush album out of all of them, and I think it's like the one you should listen to. If you're not interested in her, at least listen to this one, just one time. Amazing album, really good. Many progressive rock influences. There's no long song, but the influences are there anyway. Really good album. What more can I say about this one? It's amazing. Every song is good. Wuthering Heights, amazing. Let's get to the next album.
Just one thing, be all here. Just one thing, be all here.
The top two. The Dreaming. Alright, This and the next album, I just think they're some of the best albums ever made of all time. I just think they are. They're dreaming such weird, psychedelic, crazy album, weird sounds, weird songs, set in your lap. There goes a tenor. Pull out the pin. I love Pull Out the Pin so much. Such an amazing song. The Dreaming Night of the Swallow. Outlove, Houdini, Get Out of My House, Spinning in Gaffa, and yeah, did I say Leave It Open? Whatever. All those songs in here, amazing songs. What more can I say about the songs coming up? I mean, they're all good, they're all amazing. This album, I love how crazy, out there this album is. Such weird decisions, such psychedelic album. All the songs are really crazy, and I really like that. This album reminds me a lot of Björk. Now I know how to pronounce her name, Björk. This album reminds me a lot of her, and there's a lot of similarities if you think about them. You know, they started with one very pop, accessible album, and everything else was really crazy, out there, psychedelic. So I love this album cover, really good. Let's get to the number one. You know what that album is.
Beautiful. She sang the letter. Babushka, 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 yeah, yeah. Babushka, 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 yeah, yeah.
Never Forever. Yes, this one. It has her best album artwork. Oh yes, it also has her best songs. Babushka, Delius, Army Dreamers. Man, the wedding list. Man, this album has, I completely forgot about them. My 4 favorite songs, yeah, Screw Wuthering Heights and the Solomon song. This album has my top 4 most favorite Kate Bush songs: Babushka, Delius, The Wedding List, and Army Dreamers. Just crazy album. This has many progressive rock influences. Again, this album is very accessible at times. It's very crazy, very at moments hard to get into. I think the first time I listened to this, I didn't like it that much. The second time I liked it a lot more. I liked it a lot more. So this album is just my favorite Kate Bush album. It just is, you know. I think this and The Dreaming are also some of the best albums of all time. I really think they are. At least in my list. I'm making a list of the best albums. So yeah, this one, Kate Bush's best work, Never Forever. It was also the first time I ever listened to her, the song Babushka. That's right. It was my first interaction with her. I think after that it was a cover by the band November of the song Cloud Busting, and after that was Stranger Things. So yes, this was my very first interaction with this musician 4 or 5 years ago, I think, and I just think it still is her best work. It's just my favorite. It is her best. For me it is. So that was my review. I can get to the middle. I probably removed the album cover from here. That's my list, my favorite albums from Kate Bush. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until the next one.